I'm not what you think I am.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on a potential plot leak for the whole Captain Marvel movie. Just like we went over for Avengers 4, Avengers Endgame, this plot leak does seem like it could be quite legit. But first, before we do get into this, we've got some information and some stuff to go over. So if you guys could go over and check out TC Does Comics, is a really awesome YouTube channel. They put so much effort and time into their editing. It's an awesome channel, but it's still in its early days. I will put the link in the description box, so if you could check that channel out, it would be awesome. Let them know that Warstu sent you guys over. That would be much appreciated. So it appears we're going to be getting some more Captain Marvel footage. Maybe not a trailer, but footage. So my dude, I am a film editor, aka Van from Twitter, has told me some pretty cool stuff that he did tweet, so make sure to check him out. I am a film editor. I will leave this link in the description. So he said this on his Twitter. So we will be getting some Captain Marvel footage soon, next week in fact. College football playoff game airs on ESPN on January the 7th at 5 p.m. PST. It's likely to be an extended TV spot like Marvel did for Black Panther and Avengers. For Black Panther also went on sale when it first aired. So be ready to grab your Captain Marvel tickets potentially on January 7th, just in case. Also, he said he will be trying to get hold of the information for the IMAX Endgame premiere night when they do giveaways and stuff, so he's going to find out a bunch of information for that. So make sure to check him out on Twitter and do follow him. Such a cool dude, such an informative based Twitter account. So guys, careful for spoilers, potential major spoilers, but the Captain Marvel tickets are not 100% confirmed to be going on sale on the 7th of January, but it looks pretty likely. So this plot leak looks pretty cool, sounds pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to going over it with you guys. But remember, take it with a pinch of salt, as we say in the UK, and a grain of salt, as you say in America. So careful for spoilers, as some of this is actually pretty epic. So let's get into the video. So the twist. Now this twist is pretty awesome. Carol's memories are of the future, not the past. She is remembering the years of 93 to 2018 during the events that take place on Earth in the movie. 2018? Is she remembering the Infinity War kind of storyline? It's a very weird thing. She's remembering the future, not the past. That is a savage article. That's, if this is true, that is a big plot twist. So Carol is a fighter pilot with a wing woman. They are shown doing a string of badass female stuff in the first 2 minutes during her epic and very strange, strong, crazy training exercises over an unnamed US city. Her wing woman radio goes silent and her plane drifts into Carol's, causing Carol to lose control and head towards the buildings. Carol's plane is hit by a blast of energy out of nowhere. Title reveal. 2 years later, Carol is a spacewoman, a badass beep 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 in space, training with Jude Law. She goes on an epic space mission, gets into a fight with a big alien who hits her with his big sword, knocking her memories start to flood. She goes back to a base camp with Jude and crew. Annette Bening tells Carol she's from Earth and was experimented on to keep her alive in outer space. They found her one day. The memories she's having are from Earth and from her experiment. That followed. Carol gets pissed, tells Annette she wants to leave, is told she can go herself. Carol gets over it, jams some ice up her and goes on a mission with Jude. So she sounds like an absolute badass, which we already know. Mission gets messed up. Jude is killed. Skrulls are planning an invasion on multiple planets. Carol tries to stop them from blasting off, gets locked in a ship bound for Earth. Knocked out and locked in an energy cocoon, alien Ben Mendelsohn tells her she's going to watch from the moon as he destroys her homeworld. They jet off to Earth. Carol waits until they get near Earth, breaks out, crash lands. Cocoon has weakened her. She needs to recover as the Skrull could kill her in her current state. Meets Nick Fury, who was told to investigate her flight on the train where she derails and then derails an entire passenger car. He believes her story, tells her S.H.I.E.L.D. is a safe spot, brings her to the base camp in the desert. Her pre-experiment memories get stronger. She remembers being in the exact base they hide out at. Finds mission with her old sign in them. She theorizes that she was a S.H.I.E.L.D. pilot in her previous life in the 80s. Coulson tells her he has heard her call sign before. 2. Alien Ben is now person Ben. Takes over S.H.I.E.L.D. agent in charge. Takes over S.H.I.E.L.D. agent in charge of the desert sector, and they're trying to find him. He attacks them all and kills Nick Fury. Carol and Coulson take Nick back to the secret base again. She heals him back to life. That's kind of interesting because obviously we know Nick Fury is alive in the current day, even though he was decimated. So there is a few inconsistency in this. I mean, it says that Jude Law is dead, but let's just read a bit more. He might be alive. I mean, like I say, take it with a pinch of salt, but the storyline seems pretty legit. It kind of goes with the synopsis and the trailers. Skrulls are now taking over key positions in world governments, preparing to collide a nuclear holocaust in hopes of revealing the location of the Tesseract. Jude Law is alive. I thought it would be. Goes to Carol in the desert as they are preparing to kill the main enemy, who is Thanos, essentially, but he's in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. Again tells her to wait, and they can use her powers to find the Tesseract and end the invasion. Nick tells him he thinks he knows where it is. He's lying, but they will go without Jude Law as it is a super secure location. Nick leaves with Coulson and perch up far away. Jude Law tries to kill Carol, who kills him and gains back a majority of her powers from her. Angry Nick and Coulson tell Carol that a Skrull force is preparing on the other side of the moon with an entire army she goes to fight in space as they go to assassinate Ben, who is at the S.H.I.E.L.D. base space flight against a Skrull ship. S.H.I.E.L.D. fight with Nick and Coulson, posing as a rogue agent. Carol returns to S.H.I.E.L.D. fight after destroying Skrull's ship in space, fights Ben. He reveals there are still a dozen Skrulls left and she will never find them, and that she doesn't know who she really is or when she is from on Earth. He tells her that she and him are both from the future and they were both transported to the past from Thanos' snap. Knows that the Space Stone is on Earth and work to form a Skrull force to go to Earth to find it to prevent Thanos' snap in 25 years. He proves it by giving her the other half of the dog tag. Interesting. I mean, it does actually kind of make sense how, like, they would know about the attack and they potentially could be from the future. So let's go on. Coulson and Nick look up at Carol's information and find that she is currently a 7-year-old living in America. They go to where young Carol lives, find her and her family happy. Adult Carol realizes she is a risk to her own existence. Tells Nick she can't stay on Earth to hunt the remaining Skrulls. She chooses to leave and Nick must contact her when the snap happens so that she may come back to Earth. She steals a Skrull ship, cocoons herself and sets coordinates for a mystery location. Coulson and Nick start organising a Skrull hit list of likely Skrull targets with thousands of pictures in front of them. Nick does not lose his eye in this movie. This is very interesting because obviously we know there's a reason why Nick Fury is going to contact Carol Danvers at some point. The fact she's from the future is an epic spoiler if it is real. It's so insane. She's from the future. That could be cool, and Marvel like to tie every storyline in the MCU together, and the fact that it's always been about Thanos tells me that potentially a lot of this could actually be true, but it might not be true. The post-credit scene is where it gets interesting. Post-credit scene, Nick is working on his Skrull hit list with a few names crossed off. The Ancient One walks into his office with normal clothes, tells him that Carol's story was true and that Thanos is coming. But if he deviates from the plan, Thanos will succeed. She hands him a folder titled The Avengers Initiative with pictures of 90s version of Tony, Bruce, old pictures of Cap and a drawing of Thor. This just doesn't make a lot of sense because obviously the Ancient One knew everything to the point of her own death. But the problem here is, how would she know about the decimation if she died in the Doctor Strange movie, which happened before Avengers Infinity War. So maybe it's true. I like the idea that Carol's actually from the future. This doesn't really give away everything, because obviously Marvel implied that Jude Law character is going to be Yon Rog. Well, at least a toy leak did. Then they implied that he's going to be Mar-Vell. So even if this plot leak isn't true, I think a good bunch of it could actually be right, because the dog tag bit we see in the trailer, there's half the dog tag and she finds the other half, but this insinuates that Talos gives her the other part, and I actually do honestly believe she's from the future now, which is interesting. Very interesting. A lot of unanswered questions, but obviously this isn't going to tell you absolutely everything. It isn't interesting how it ties back to Thanos. Very interesting. It doesn't really tell us who Annette Bening's character is. I think she's playing Yon Rog, potentially. But this movie does sound pretty cool. I'm more excited for it now. Now I know that there's some physical connection to Thanos, because obviously this is the last movie we're going to see before we see Avengers Endgame. But like I said, guys, let me know all your comments down below. Do you believe this? Do you think Carol Danvers is really from the future? Do you think that Nick Fury knew about the finger snap throughout the whole MCU history? It kind of makes sense. If they deviate from the plan, he would succeed, but he succeeded anyway. So it's kind of interesting. So like I said, make sure to check out TT Does Comics on YouTube, and also check out I Am a Film Editor on Twitter. His information is always solid, but it's not 100% that tickets for Captain Marvel will actually go and sell on the 7th, but it is looking pretty likely. All the information he's given me before was 100% bang on. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Let's just go over this twist once more. Carol's memories are from the future, not of the past. She is remembering the years 1993 to 2018 during the events that took place on Earth in the movie. So that is sick. So she's already lived everything, which is insane. I mean, if this is true, I've got an epic theory about how Captain Marvel is actually going to implement a plan to take out Thanos in Avengers 4. But guys, like I say, all your ideas down below, and I am giving that Hasbro Infinity Gauntlet away on this coming Friday. All you got to do is let me know your mad conspiracy theories down below. You can follow me on Twitter if you want, but it's easy to pick a winner from inside YouTube if I'm honest. Anyway, guys, I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.